I have found my twin flame. And today I will share with you what exactly a twin flame is. How is it different from a soulmate? I will share my twin flame story and how you can attract your twin flame. So first of all, soulmates. Your soulmate is your perfect match. Okay, so you complement each other very well. You can have multiple soulmates, and it's not only romantical. So your best friends are your soulmates. Family members can be soulmates. Your pet can be a soulmate. So it's someone who you spent previous lives with, who you have a deep connection with. Twin flames, on the other hand, is your perfect mirror. So anything that you need to work on, they will mirror that back to you, which makes it a very intense connection. It's a very special connection because you actually only have one twin flame. So many people almost get obsessed with finding their twin flame, finding the one. So for me, it all started when I went to my psychic the first time. And she told me that I had a twin flame that I am destined to meet and unite with in this lifetime. She gave a description of him, his personality, and I was just so excited to unite with my twin flame. But she told me that I wouldn't unite with him until I was on my core frequency. And as I've talked about before on this channel, you will only get to your core frequency when you are doing your purpose, right? When you're stepping into your purpose, whether that is starting a blog, a restaurant, become a healer, whatever that might be for you, your calling. You won't be on your core frequency until you've started taking action steps towards that. For me, that was starting a blog about my nomad life, the Spirit Nomad, I call it. And I had been pushing this away for so many years because I just felt like there's so many blogs out there. Why would people read mine? But eventually I stopped listening to these negative voices in my head, and I just did it. And when I did, opportunities just kept flowing into my life. Next time I went to my psychic, she was just, wow, blinded by my light, and I was in my core frequency. After this session, I got an Instagram DM from a guy. And I looked at his profile, and it was something about his eyes. And he was also a plant-based like me, a digital nomad like me, spiritual. So I just thought, wouldn't it be funny if he is my twin flame? So I did message him back, and a few months later, we did actually meet. We met up in Spain, and we rented an Airbnb together, which is crazy when I think back because I didn't know this person. We had just texted a bit on WhatsApp. This could have been super dangerous, but we both felt so calm. It was like the universe was just guiding us, and it just felt so right. So I come to Spain to the Airbnb, and I look into his eyes again, and it just felt like coming home. And I was just so weird that day. I was just sprinting on the beach barefoot, and I've never behaved like that with anyone before. It was like I could be totally myself with him, even though I had just met him. But eventually on that trip, something weird happened. I started to get really triggered by just little small things that he did. I just got annoyed with him, and sometimes I didn't even know why. I felt like he was so similar to me, like almost too similar to me. I used to date people who were the opposite for me. So I'm very sensitive and introvert, and I used to date people who were very extroverted and non-sensitive. But this person was like me. He was also sensitive, he was also an introvert, and for some reason that made me triggered and annoyed. Eventually I just felt how it became too intense, and I did what we call in the twin flame community twin flame running. I ran back to Sweden, and I just felt this is too intense. I can't deal with this now. And things just started coming up. Who am I? What am I here to do? What was this crazy connection? It was like it sparked a dark night of the soul within me. I went to a healer to get some guidance, and she told me that Stef is my twin flame. And suddenly it all made sense, and why I got so triggered and ran away. That is very common on the twin flame journey. Eventually, we got back together, and we've been together ever since. The first few months together as a couple, a twin flame couple, was very intense. He got a lot of kundalini symptoms, so he had energy rising through his spine. He got spontaneous orgasms throughout the day. I got third eye opening symptoms. So after we've been intimate, I could feel how my third eye was pulsating and opening up. There was also quite a lot of fights. And when we looked back at the fights, the person who got triggered actually got an ego issue that was released. So there was no pointless fights. It was always to bring up ego issues and insecurities that were deeply rooted in the body. So how do you actually recognize your twin flame? Here are 9 signs that you have met your twin flame. The first sign is that you feel like you have known this person for many lifetimes. And you will probably feel this already the first day when you meet. You feel like this feels very familiar, and you will not need to play games because it would just be so easy to just be yourself. The second sign is, as we talked about, they are your perfect mirror. If you don't love yourself, then they will reflect that back to you and might run away. Or if you're really insecure, you might see that in your twin and be annoyed that that person is so insecure, while it was just reflecting back your insecurities. And because sometimes something is reflected back that you don't want to see about yourself, it can become very intense, a very intense relationship, and many people will split for a while, come back together again, split, come back together again, etc. Sign number 3 is that their eyes feel like home. I remember watching YouTube videos of my twin flame before we met, and I just couldn't stop staring at his eyes. I would just watch YouTube video after YouTube video, just looking into his eyes. So this is a very common twin flame sign. And the reason why they feel like home is because you were once the same soul. That's what twin flames are, a soul that's separated into 2. The next sign is that there's a runner and chaser in your relationship. So one of you ran away, couldn't handle the intensity, and the other one came running after them, trying desperately to get them back. This is called the runner-chaser dynamic, and is extremely common in twin flame relationship. I have never heard about a twin flame relationship where they didn't have a running phase. The next sign is that there are many obstacles between you. Usually, twin flames are from different countries. They could be from different religions. That happened to my best friend. She is Orthodox Christian and her twin flame is Muslim. Religion to her is very important. But the thing about twin flames is that they can overcome any obstacles together. So no matter the age gap, the religion, whatever that might be, twin flames will eventually be able to overcome them. The next sign is that it's the best sex you've ever had. No sex compares to the one you have with your twin flame. It is absolutely magical and definitely something to look forward to. The next sign is that you just can't stop thinking about them. And this is true whether you are the chaser or if you are the runner in the twin flame relationship. In many cases, one twin flame even marries another person and have kids with another person. But even though they do this, they cannot stop thinking about their twin flame. That is how strong the twin flame connection is. The next sign is that the universe keeps bringing you two together. Now, it can take years. There can be gaps that are years long, but you always seem to come back together again. It's like the universe is just pulling you two together like magnets. And that is because you are meant to unite in this lifetime. You're meant to come together to help each other grow, help each other with your purposes. Many twin flames also have joint purposes. For example, me and my twin flame, we own twin flame guides and we help twin flames come together and activate them. And the last sign is that you grow a lot. So if you think back to the time when you met them and the person you are now, have you noticed any growth? Because if it's your twin flame, you will basically not be the same person you were when you met them and the person you are now. I have grown so much since meeting Stef. I'm so much better with handling conflict. taking negative criticism, codependencies, etc. Confidence. My businesses have grown, my abundance have grown, but it's been a roller coaster, okay? It's been a lot of ups and downs. You will definitely get some dark night of the souls, depression, very, very common, but it is definitely worth it in the end. Now we will get into how to actually attract your twin flame. The first thing you need to do is raise your vibration. You can do this through grounding, so being barefoot in nature, or just taking nature walks is a great way to raise your vibrations. Switching to a more plant-based diet will also help with this, meditation, etc. The next tip is to do your shadow work. So work on releasing insecurities, ego issues you have, do inner child healing. Most of us have a wounded inner child that needs to be healed, that needs to get some love. The third tip to attract your twin flame is to work on self-love. You will never be able to attract your twin flame if you don't love yourself, because your twin flame is your divine, perfect mirror. You can do this by writing a list of affirmations that you read to yourself every morning, looking into the mirror. So self-loving sentences like, I deserve love, I am loved, my twin flame loves me, etc. Another tip on how to attract your twin flame is to step into your purpose so that you get on your core frequency. You don't have to be there yet, your ultimate vision. You just need to start to take action step towards it. And if you need help monetizing your passion and learning how you can spread your light and earn money doing that, then feel free to book a call with me, links below. Do you think you have a twin flame? Let me know in the comments, I'd love to hear. Give this video a like if you liked it, and have a beautiful day.